of Marina, so brake lights ahead. That has actually thinned out the traffic into Hayward because traffic's so hung up trying to get through San Lorenzo. We still have slow traffic, though, farther down, say from Whipple, most of the way through Fremont down to about Automall or so. Traffic is still under the speed limit. Thinning out finally, Concord into Pleasant Hill and Walnut Creek. That was a tough commute earlier, but we're starting to see some recovery here. There's still some brake lights, though, from Concord Avenue, South 242, as you make your way into Pleasant Hill. Let's have another check of the Bay Bridge. We are still backed up to the 580-80 split. In the case of Interstate 80, we're still seeing slow pockets of traffic from, let's call it El Portal, most of the way down passing Albany Hill. Once you get past Gilman, things begin to open up considerably. Your next update is at 8:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Thank you, Kim. Visit Mancini Sleep World during our President's Day sale or visit sleepworld.com. Here's your Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast. Scattered showers across the Bay Area. We'll see some sunshine, too, and when it rains, we do have the potential for some heavy downpours. Highs in the upper 50s at the coast, the low 60s by the bay and inland. Flooding potential does remain elevated today. Expect some ponding water on roadways. A flood warning extended for portions of Sonoma County today, so be extra cautious, especially in the areas of Santa Rosa to Guerneville. A reminder from the National Weather Service to turn around, don't drown, and never to drive through flooded roadways. Showers will taper off tomorrow, then a couple of dry days on tap for Thursday and Friday. Still a chance of a shower over the weekend, though less than 50-50 chance at this point. Then Monday and Tuesday, dry and partly cloudy skies with highs in the 50s. Current temperatures around the Bay, 55 degrees in San Jose, 54 degrees in San Francisco, and 53 degrees in Oakland. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
PeopleByGovernment.com. Did you hear? A recent stash of $20 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-973-3097, and you are guaranteed a $20 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-973-3097. Call now, and you will receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $75 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-3097 now to secure your $20 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-973-3097.
Katie O'Donnell and Corey Smith at the KCBS Editor's Desk.
From better poops to more energy. When you switch your dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can... What sorcery is this? None at all. It's just real food made for the health of dogs. Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Declare your independence from the electric company. SemperSolaris.com.
Tuesday Morning News Watch continues. It seems like all those potholes on our rain-soaked roadways are just waiting to destroy your car's alignment and tires. Elsa Ramon has more from AAA on how to best protect your car. If you don't feel the need to slow way down while driving in rainy conditions, maybe the cost of fixing your car after slamming into a pothole will convince you. Doug Shoup, longtime spokesperson for AAA.
A recent survey from AAA found that about 1 in 10 drivers sustain vehicle damage significant enough to warrant a repair after hitting a pothole. And the average price tag of a pothole repair is about $600.
In fact, AAA found that in 2021 alone, drivers across the country paid $26.5 billion in pothole repairs. Of course, driving slowly in rainy conditions will give you time to avoid crashing into a pothole, but there is another line of defense.
Your tires are critical to providing that buffer between the pavement and your rim. So you want to make sure that they're properly inflated. You also want to make sure that you have proper tread depth on your tire. Very important to preventing damage to your tires and to your suspension and alignment should you hit a pothole.
Shoup also reminds everyone not to drive over standing water and to give yourself at least 2 car lengths of space between you and the other cars around you. I'm Elsa Ramon. Here's a question that will make you think a little. If you could hypothetically smoke pot with someone famous, who would it be? Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren chose on John Favreau's Pod Save America.
Joe Biden, Kamala Harris,
Bernie Sanders, Janet Yellen, Ed Markey, The Rock, Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, I know you have.
Stopping there. But wait, there were more.
I had Nancy Pelosi, Snoop Dogg, Chuck Schumer, and Taylor Swift.
I'm still at The Rock. Unless you think Warren would make good on a dream blunt rotation.
This has nothing to do with weeds. They're people you'd go get pedicures with.
Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News. Favreau was a speechwriter for former President Obama. Flying American Airlines is getting more expensive. Bloomberg's Dan Schwartzman from the O'Donnell Financial Group Money Desk.
Yeah, Margie, it begins today. The carrier's jacking up baggage fees to $35 for your first bag from $30. Check this out. Last year, airlines collected a staggering $33.3 billion in bag fees. That's a 15% increase over the previous year. Overall, airlines brought in close to, I hope you're sitting, $118 billion in ancillary items, such as assigned seats and snacks. They're really hitting us in the wallet when we fly. As artificial intelligence continues to make it more difficult to decipher what's real and what's not, dating app Tinder is expanding its verification program. The world's most popular dating platform will be requiring a valid driver's license or passport, as well as a self-recorded video. Now, a third-party vendor is then going to check if the video matches the picture of the ID. It only takes 1 to 2 minutes. The U.S., U.K., Brazil, and Mexico will be the first countries to roll out the new tech. Looking at the markets, a lot of red so far. Dow is down almost 0.2%. S&P is down 2/3%. NASDAQ is down 1 1/3%. I'm Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
You've worked hard all your life and fought for every penny, and now you're looking for a bigger, better retirement, right? You deserve safety, security, and someone you can trust. Does a 9 to 11% possible annual return sound right for you? What if you could have a secure investment that's not affected by inflation, interest rates, bank collapses, or market crashes? With agents having more than 30 years experience in this sector, 50 Financial can help. They can deliver an annual 9 to 11% return with no market risk, and most IRAs and 401ks are eligible. With 1850 Financial, expect a secure investment without exposing your principal to market risk. So if the market crashes, your money is never at risk. Again, most IRAs and 401ks are eligible. Thousands of people have found financial security and stability using this proven strategy. To take advantage of this opportunity where you can earn a 9 to 11% annual return, and to see if you qualify, call 1850 Financial at 844-703-0000. That's 844-703-0000.
Hi, this is Dr. English. You eat, smile, laugh, speak, and you even grind your teeth at night. You do this with your teeth every day. Why wait for retirement to stabilize your denture or replace those missing teeth? The sooner you fix those problems, the sooner you get to improve your quality of life. Have you been told you don't have enough bone? Mini dental implants don't require a lot of bone. They're less invasive, less painful, less recovery time, and they're just as successful as traditional implants. Remember, replacing missing teeth is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, we offer a free consultation. 2, we can place the implants in 2 hours or less. 3, we can deliver your teeth in 3 weeks or less. For your loose denture, it usually takes only 1 visit to secure that denture. Clearly, Bay Area Mini Dental Implants are the best choice for you.
To find out what we can do for you, call Bay Area Mini Dental Implant Center at 833-GOT-MINI. 833-GOT-MINI. That's 833-468-6464 for a free consultation. Financing available.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Traffic and weather together, sponsored by the Farmer's Dog. With a look at the roads, here's Kim from your local Honda Dealers Traffic Center.
Yeah, we still have problems in San Lorenzo. This is southbound on 880, trying to get down past the 238 interchange. Just south of that interchange, there's a crash. People injured in this vehicle, and it looks like the 2 left lanes still are blocked. Now we have a solid backup from Marina, so do expect stop-and-go traffic through that corridor. We're looking at the Bay Bridge. We're still slow from the base of the 580-80 split, no longer through it, so we're seeing a little bit of improvement here. We're also seeing a bit of a delay on southbound 680. This is as you make your way toward Livorno. We have about a 2-mile stretch of sluggish traffic behind it as you make your way into Alamo out of the south side of Walnut Creek. And And we're taking a look at traffic in San Jose northbound on 101. Some very heavy traffic from Story Road as you make your way up toward McKee. It begins to thin out right around Oakland Road. Your next update, 9:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Thank you, Tim. More unsettled weather on tap. Scattered showers across the Bay Area. Some sun as well, but we do have the potential for some heavy downpours. Flooding potential does remain elevated today. Expect some ponding water on roadways. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. It is Tuesday, February 20th, 2024. Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Raquel Maria Dillon in Fremont, where a roadway through the East Bay Hills has washed out.
I'm Michael Wall. As the race ramps up, President Biden is again bound for the Golden State in search of campaign cash.
And the U.S. vetoes a UN resolution for a Gaza ceasefire. Good morning, I'm Margie Schaefer. Eric Thomas is away today.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Honesty Station.
9 o'clock.
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Chafin. The United States has vetoed a UN Security Council resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield.
While we cannot support a resolution that would put sensitive negotiations in jeopardy, we look forward to engaging on a text that we believe will address so many of the concerns we all share.
A measure floated by the U.S. would call for a temporary ceasefire and expresses concern for the city of Rafah, Israel's latest focal point in the war. At the UN's highest court, meantime, South Africa argues Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories is illegal.
The ferocity and violence of Israel's latest military campaign against Gaza and its flouting of international law, including an order of this court, is the clearest indication that Israel considers itself unrestrained in its actions against Palestinians.
Any opinion from the court would be a non-binding action. Appearing in a video outside the Arctic penal colony where her son died, the mother of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny today called on Vladimir Putin to intervene and turn Navalny's body over to her. More rain still due in parts of California. The state's been battered by storms since the weekend, causing flooding and other issues. CBS's Carter Evans.
A new round of wet weather slammed into California. We've been there since about 1960. I've never had anything like this happen. In Sacramento, 2 people had to be rescued after their car got stuck in water.
If it was a little flooded, I would have done it. But that is a lake.
Chris Mails is Santa Barbara Fire Chief.
We're counting in the 6 to 7 inches of rain up in the foothills at this point. So all that water has to come downstream.
4 days to go till the next test on the Republican presidential trail, the South Carolina primary. CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns is in the Palmetto State.
Both Republican candidates will be here in South Carolina today campaigning in the same area. Donald Trump has a town hall and Nikki Haley is delivering a speech on the state of the campaign, though she's defying calls for her to drop out.
The company that asks what's in your wallet is opening up its wallet to buy Discover Financial. The deal for Capital One checks in at $35 billion. CBS's Jolene Kent.
Capital One CEO Richard Fairbanks said in a statement Capital One and Discover could more aggressively compete against those larger credit card companies once they're a combined company. But of course, before anything can happen, this deal has to be approved by regulators, and you can bet it's going to receive significant antitrust scrutiny from the Fed.
The Dow's down 130. This is CBS News.
Seek O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's 9:03 at the Bay Area's news station, KCBS. More unsettled weather on tap for today. Some sun, some rain, a potential for some heavy downpours. Good morning, I'm Margie Schaefer, and here's what's happening. The wet weather isn't over. Many areas are experiencing flooding and saturated soil. KCBS's Raquel Maria Dillon checked out the damage in the hills outside of Fremont.
Niles Canyon Road runs right next to Alameda Creek through the East Bay Hills. The creek is full of water as it flows through the canyon here. CHP says 6 feet of roadway washed away during the latest storm. The road will be closed for the next few days while crews try to shore up that creek bank. So how much more of this wet weather will we get? Sean Miller is is a meteorologist with the National Weather Service.
It looks like we'll be drying out for the later part of this week. Perhaps more rain for the weekend, but not looking like anything big. Certainly not like this storm we're having now.
The forecast is for more drenching spells to blow through.
So we do have some instability today. So thunderstorms are another thing that we could see. Best chance for that being the afternoon into the evening hours today.
Instability in the atmosphere and instability on the canyon roads here in the East Bay. In Fremont, I'm Raquel Maria Dillon, KCBS.
President Biden has declared a major disaster in California, which means federal funding will be available for residents and businesses that have been damaged in recent storms. That includes the storm that is passing through now. FEMA will be opening up service centers throughout the state to help people apply for assistance. President Joe Biden will again look to fill his re-election campaign coffers with a 3-day swing of fundraising events in California beginning today. KCBS's Mike DeWald reports the visit will include a trio of Bay Area events.
You may have seen the video circulating on social media of helicopters landing at the Marina Green. That's very likely the advanced preparations for the president's Wednesday arrival into the Bay Area. They kick off today in Southern California with an afternoon fundraiser. Air Force One will touch down at SFO midday tomorrow. For the president, it's the third California fundraising swing in 3 months.
The president will come here as often as he can, as often as there are people willing to sponsor his visits and pony up the dough for the pleasure of visiting with him. This is one of the advantages of incumbency, and he is taking advantage of it.
That's San Jose State political scientist Larry Gersten. President Biden will hold a pair of San Francisco fundraising events, as well as another in the Los Altos Hills. The LA Times reporting that event will be hosted by venture capitalist Steve Wesley. Gersten says the president holds a distinct fundraising advantage over rival Donald Trump for now.
No doubt, if Trump is the nominee, a number of big-wig Republicans will get behind him, and the differences between the two will start to diminish.
Mike DeWald, KCBS.
Anti-Semitic and pro-Hamas graffiti showed up over the weekend around Lake Merritt. Messages such as F Israel, Long Live Hamas, Free Palestine, and End U.S. Aid to Israel were found Sunday spray-painted on columns at the Lake Merritt pergola north of the lake. Additional pro-Hamas messages were painted on parking machines along Lakeshore Avenue. Anyone with information about this latest incident is asked to call police. Police in San Leandro have raided a suspected brothel after getting a tip from a neighbor who said women were being dropped off in the morning at a home and that men were showing up for short appointments during the day. Police conducting surveillance at the location on Samoa Road followed a man who was leaving, pulled him over for a traffic violation, and allegedly got him to admit he paid $160 for prostitution services. Police say they busted the alleged operator and 3 men during the subsequent raid on the home. 2 women on the premises are being treated as victims. Still to come on KCBS, a failing grade from fire safety inspectors for most Bay Area freeway underpass storage sites. With a check of traffic, here's Kim. Traffic and weather together, sponsored by Chilton Auto Body. How are the roads looking?
Overall, things are thinning out, but there's a couple trouble spots. The main trouble spot being San Lorenzo. This is southbound 880, just south of Highway 238, approaching Llewellyn. It's a crash that apparently there's someone injured in this one vehicle. The 2 left lanes are cordoned off. This crash has been there over a half an hour at this point, Margie, and traffic is really jammed on the Nimitz Freeway, as you might well imagine, past Marina, almost to Davis Street at this point. So this is a very slow trip to that 238 interchange while they work to clear this crash. Again, the 2 left lanes blocked, south 880, south of 238. Chilton Auto Body collision cam looking at a long-standing crash also heading up into Fremont. This is northbound on the 680 freeway, northbound 680 as you approach South Mission Boulevard. This crash has been up against the center divide for quite some time. That's enough to slow traffic, though, from the Mission Warm Springs area, so do expect sluggish traffic, if not stop and go, but just a little bit behind schedule. We're looking at traffic into Walnut Creek. Boy, that looks a whole lot better. Finally, South 242, just a little slow coming aboard South 680, so that's thinned out quite nicely. The Chilton Auto Body collision cam looks at 80, westbound 80 through Richmond, still a little sluggish from Barrett Avenue, most of the way down toward Gilman, so that's just a little hangover from this morning's commute. If you come around that curve to the Bay Bridge, this backup not as bad as it was earlier. We're just backing up a little bit beyond the 880 overcrossing. Your next update is at 9:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Thank you, Kim. More unsettled weather.